Tel Aviv was rocked by violent clashes between Eritrean government supporters and opponents of the Eritrean president on the 2nd of September. Israeli riot police, in a bid to break up the clashes, shot tear gas, stun grenades, and even live bullets. More than 100 people are believed to have been injured, some of them critically, in these clashes. About 18,000 Eritrean asylum seekers currently reside in Israel, unwilling to go back to a repressive regime back home. A couple of days later, the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, said that Israel is considering to deport 1,000 Eritreans who had taken part in what he described as riots over the weekend. Our next report explores this.
The Northeast African nation of Eritrea is one of the world's least developed countries. Perched near the bottom of global rankings for human rights, press freedom, civil liberties, and economic development, it has been led by the authoritarian president Isaias Afwerki since its independence from Ethiopia in 1993. Forcible conscription into military or civil service, disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and prolonged detention are fairly common. Any form of resistance to Afwerki's rule is dealt with harshly. Consequently, 580,000 Eritreans have been forced to seek asylum in other countries. About 18,000 of them had arrived in Israel, most of them illegally through Egypt's Sinai Peninsula years ago. Upon hearing that their country, Eritrea, is planning a celebratory festival marking Revolution Day on the 1st of September in Tel Aviv, they were up in arms. Revolution Day commemorates the start of the Eritrean War of Independence against Ethiopia in 1961, while Canada, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom cancelled the 30-year anniversary celebrations planned by the Eritrean embassies in their capitals. Israeli police, citing freedom of expression, gave the go-ahead. Both asylum seekers and supporters of Afwerki's repressive regime gathered for the event in presence of the Israeli riot police. Violent clashes first ensued between the two Eritrean groups, and when police tried to break them up, protesters collided with them as well. Israeli riot police resorted to firing tear gas, stun grenades, and live ammunition. Not witnessed since October 2000 protests when Israeli police killed 13 Palestinian citizens of Israel.
I'm on the side that wants democracy, and so are all the Eritreans here. But there is no democracy in our country. That is why we are here. Israel and its police support the dictator, President Isaias Afwerki. And this morning, the Israeli police only beat us.
A special ministerial team was convened by the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu to assess the situation and to handle the illegal infiltrators, notwithstanding over half a year of protests over judicial reforms. Netanyahu patted himself on the back for building a fence on Israel's southern border with Egypt, which he claims has stopped hundreds of Africans from storming the state of Israel. In his opinion, though, the problem of those who entered before the fence was erected persists.
Now there remains the serious problem of the illegal infiltrators in southern Tel Aviv and other places. But what happened yesterday crossed a red line. This is rioting. It is bloodshed. It is savageness that we cannot accept. Therefore, the first thing that I'm doing is to wish a recovery to the policemen who were injured in the effort to restore order. We are seeking strong steps against the rioters, including the immediate expulsion of those who took part. It is hard for me to understand why we would have a problem with those who declare that they support the regime. They certainly cannot claim refugee status.
Israel, a country founded upon the ashes of the Holocaust, was established to house Jewish refugees who were persecuted in Europe and elsewhere. Ironically, they have resisted to extend the cover of international law to non-Jews. Palestinians are aware of this harsh reality only too well. 80% of Eritrean asylum seekers, whose plight is acknowledged by Western nations, have been recognized as refugees in other countries. Will the dysfunctional Israeli asylum system pressure the Eritreans to leave of their own accord? Or will it extend the treatment it itself received 75 years ago?